You have waited. You have prayed. You have asked, God, when? You have watched others find love. You have smiled, congratulated, and cheered them on. But in the quiet of your heart, you have wondered, what about me? Listen, your answer is here. Your love story is not delayed. It is not forgotten. It is already written. And when it comes, it will come suddenly, not by your timeline, not by your planning, but by divine orchestration. Right now, you don't see the movement, but the movement is happening. Even now, things are shifting. Even now, hearts are being aligned. Even now, circumstances are being rearranged. Because when God moves, He moves swiftly. There is no hesitation in His plan, no delay in His design. It is not a matter of if. It is a matter of when. And the when is coming sooner than you think. You have imagined your love story a certain way. Erase the picture you have drawn. Surrender the timeline you have created. Release the expectations that have kept you bound. Because what God has planned for you is greater, beyond your understanding, beyond your reasoning, beyond what your mind can comprehend. The moment you let go is the moment things begin to shift. Do you trust Him? Not just with your words, not just with your prayers, but with your actions, your thoughts, your expectations? True trust does not ask, how long, Lord? True trust says, your way, Lord. Your time, Lord. I surrender. And when you surrender, you make room. You clear the path. You allow the divine to unfold as it was always meant to. And then suddenly the introduction, suddenly the conversation, suddenly the connection. One day you are waiting. The next, you are walking into something you never saw coming. Because the waiting was never wasted. Every season has a purpose. Every delay has been divine. Every moment of loneliness, of doubt, of questioning, it has been preparation. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have been set apart. Because your love story is not common. Your love story is not ordinary. It is sacred. And it is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. Even now the pieces are coming together. Even now, someone is being prepared to meet you. Even now, someone's heart is being softened. Even now circumstances are aligning. It is not random. It is not coincidence. It is divine. And when it happens, it will be undeniable. No confusion. No hesitation. No questioning if this is the one. Because what is sent by God is clear, is intentional, is covered in peace. Your past disappointments do not define your future. Your past heartbreaks do not determine what is coming. What is coming is greater, stronger, deeper, built on something unshakable. You have been refined for this. You have been tested for this. You have been prepared for this. And when the door opens, you will know. So do not grow weary. Do not let frustration steal your faith. Do not let comparison rob you of your confidence. Because your love story is already set in motion. It is already being written. It is already on its way. And when it arrives, it will be sudden. So sudden it will make your head spin. One moment you are waiting. The next, you are walking into something greater than you ever imagined. Hold on to faith. Hold on to trust. Hold on to the truth that God does not forget His promises. His timing is perfect. His plan is flawless. And your love story is coming suddenly. Listen carefully. The waiting has not been for nothing. It has not been wasted. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every moment of doubt, God was working in it. You thought nothing was happening, but something was happening. Something unseen. Something beyond what your human eyes could perceive. Because God does not work in the way you expect. He does not move on human timelines. He does not follow the logic of this world. He moves in divine order. And divine order does not rush, does not panic, does not question. Divine order is steady, sure, unshakable. Because what God builds, no man can tear down. What God ordains, no force can stop. What God has written, no hand can erase. So let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of the belief that you have somehow been forgotten. Because you have not been forgotten. You have been set apart. Your story is different. Your journey is unique. Because your love story is not just about you. It is about the kingdom. It is about purpose. It is about what God is doing through you. This is not just about finding someone. This is about a divine assignment, a kingdom partnership, a love that will shake the very foundations of the earth. Because God is raising up unions that will glorify Him, marriages that will reflect His love, partnerships that will bring heaven to earth. And you are part of this. This is why the wait has been long. This is why the process has been deep. Because you are not just being prepared for marriage. You are being prepared for a divine mission. Your love story will not just be for you. It will be a testimony, a sign, a wonder, a demonstration of God's faithfulness. And that kind of love does not come in haste, is not built overnight, is formed in fire, refined in waiting, strengthened in surrender. You have been asking, where is my person? But God has been asking, are you ready for what I'm about to do? Because this love story is not normal, is not average, is not like what the world has shown you. This is a God-ordained union, and it will require something of you. Faith, obedience, surrender, and most of all trust. Do you trust Him? Not just in the waiting, but in the suddenness? Because when it happens, it will happen fast. It will happen without warning. It will happen in a way you could have never predicted. One day, you will wake up single. By nightfall, your life will have shifted. One conversation, one introduction, one moment of divine alignment. That's all it takes. Because when God moves, He does not need time. He only needs your yes, your willingness, your readiness to receive. So let go of the fear. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the need to control the process. You do not have to make this happen. You do not have to force it. You do not have to manipulate circumstances. Because the God who created the universe is already working on it. Right now. Even as you listen to these words. Even as you sit in your home. In your car. In your room. God is working. Your name is already being spoken in rooms you have never entered. Your presence is already being noticed by someone you have never met. Your love story is already being written in ways you cannot yet see. Because what is yours cannot be taken. What is meant for you cannot be stolen. What God has ordained cannot be stopped. So stop worrying. Stop doubting. Stop questioning. Rest. Breathe. Trust. Because what is coming is already on its way. Do you know what happens when you stop worrying? You make room. You open the door for miracles. You shift from desperation to expectation. And expectation is the breeding ground for suddenly. Suddenly, everything changes. Suddenly, the impossible becomes reality. Suddenly, what felt far away is standing right in front of you. Because God moves in the suddenly. And when it happens, it will not feel forced. It will not be confusing. It will not be something you have to chase. Because what is for you will find you, will locate you, will recognize you, will pursue you, with a certainty that leaves no room for doubt. This is why you cannot compare your story. You cannot look at what happened for someone else and expect it to happen the same way for you. Because your story is unique. Your process is different. Your love story is tailor-made by the Creator of the universe. And His plans are always better than yours. Always. You may think you know what you need. You may believe you know how it should happen. But God sees what you cannot see. He knows what you do not know. He understands what you cannot yet comprehend. And that is why He has made you wait. Not to punish you. Not to withhold from you. But to prepare you. Because the person coming into your life is not just anyone. They are handpicked. They are chosen. They are prepared specifically for you. And you must be prepared for them. This is why your journey has been different. This is why it has felt like a process. Because it is. You are being molded, refined, purified, so that when the moment comes, you will be ready. So that when the door opens, you will not hesitate. So that when love arrives, you will not sabotage it with fear, doubt, or disbelief. Because the moment you step into it, everything will shift. The blessings will flow. The doors will open. The acceleration will begin. And it will be so fast. It will make your head spin. One thing after another. One blessing after another. One breakthrough after another. Because this is how God moves. Not little by little. Not halfway. But in abundance. In overflow. In a way that leaves no doubt. That it was Him. Your only job? To be ready. To believe. To trust. To release the need to control. Because control will only slow it down. Worry will only block it. Doubt will only delay it. So let go. Let go of the when. Let go of the how. Let go of the why hasn't it happened yet. Because the moment you surrender is the moment things begin to shift. And that shift will be undeniable. You will feel it. You will see it. You will know something is different. The atmosphere around you will begin to change. Doors that were once closed will suddenly open. Opportunities that seemed impossible will suddenly appear. People who never noticed you will suddenly see you. And then suddenly, there they are. The one God has been preparing for you, standing right in front of you. And in that moment, you will understand. You will see why the wait was necessary. You will see why God took his time. You will see why it could not have happened a moment sooner. Because this love is different. This love is set apart. This love is not like anything you have ever experienced before. This is not just attraction, not just companionship. This is purpose. This is divine alignment. This is what happens when God writes your love story. And it will not be fragile. It will not be built on shallow foundations. It will not be easily shaken. Because what God builds, no storm can destroy. What God joins together, no force can separate. This is why you have been set apart. This is why you could not settle. This is why nothing before this worked. Because it was never supposed to. Because what is coming is greater. And when it arrives, it will be sudden. And you will know. This is it. This is the one. This is what I have been waiting for. And it will all make sense. Every tear, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer. It was all leading to this. To something beyond what you asked for. To something greater than what you imagined. Because God's promises never fail. His word never returns void. And what he has spoken over your life will come to pass. Not maybe, not possibly, but surely, certainly, unquestionably. Because what is written in heaven must come to earth. And your love story is already written. It is already unfolding. It is already on its way. So prepare yourself. Not by striving, not by searching, not by forcing things to happen, but by resting in him, by trusting his timing, by knowing that what is yours is coming. And when it comes, it will be so fast, so unexpected, so undeniable, that all you will be able to say is, only God could have done this. And that is exactly what he is about to do. Get ready. It's happening. Suddenly. You don't have to beg God for what is already yours. You don't have to chase what is already written. You don't have to wonder if it will happen. It will happen. Because God does not tease his children. He does not place desires in your heart without the intention to fulfill them. The longing for love, he placed it there. The desire for companionship, he created it. The vision of a marriage built on faith, he designed it. And what he designs, he brings to pass. Not by force. Not by manipulation, not by desperation, but by divine orchestration. And when God orchestrates, everything falls into place. Without stress, without striving, without confusion. Because what is sent by God does not come with anxiety. It comes with peace. You will not have to force it. You will not have to convince them. You will not have to wonder if they feel the same way. Because they will know. Just as you will know. There will be no hesitation. No doubt. No back and forth. Because what is meant for you is already yours. And when it is time, nothing can stop it. Not distance. Not circumstances. Not what has or hasn't happened before. Because when God speaks, creation obeys. When he moves, everything aligns. When he says now, nothing can delay it. And you are stepping into a now season. The season where everything shifts. The season where everything accelerates. The season where what seemed impossible suddenly becomes possible. And when it happens, it will not be subtle. It will not be slow. It will be so fast, so undeniable, so perfectly aligned, that it will take your breath away. One moment you are waiting. The next, you are walking into something you never saw coming. Because that is how God moves. He does not need years. He does not need logic. He does not need human reasoning. He only needs your faith. Your belief, your surrender. Because the only thing that can delay this is doubt. The only thing that can block this is fear. The only thing that can slow it down is your unwillingness to trust. So right now, release the fear, release the doubt, release the need to know every detail, and rest in the truth that what is coming is already set in motion. Even now, the pieces are shifting. Even now, the introductions are aligning. Even now, the divine connections are forming. Because the wait is over. The time is now. The door is opening. And when you step through it, your life will never be the same. Because this is not just a relationship. This is not just marriage. This is a destiny shift. A kingdom partnership. A union designed in heaven. Before you ever took your first breath. This is what God has been preparing you for. This is why nothing else worked. This is why the counterfeits had to leave. This is why the past heartbreaks had to happen. Because if they had stayed, they would have blocked what was truly meant for you. If they had worked, you would have settled for less than God's best. So thank Him for the ones who walked away. Thank Him for the doors that closed. Thank Him for the things that didn't go the way you wanted. Because if they had, you wouldn't be stepping into what is coming now. And what is coming now is greater, is bigger, is stronger, is unshakable. So prepare your heart, not by striving, not by searching, not by forcing things to happen, but by standing in faith, by believing before you see it, by trusting before it happens. Because this is how you make room for the suddenly. And when it happens, it will be fast. It will be clear. It will be undeniable. One moment you are waiting. The next, you are walking in what you once prayed for. And you will know, God did this. Only God could have done this. And He did it for you. Because He is faithful. Because He keeps His promises. Because He never forgets what He has spoken. And what He has spoken over your life will come to pass. It is already happening. Even now. Do you feel it? The shift in the atmosphere. Something is moving. Something is changing. You may not see it yet, but your spirit knows. Your soul can sense it. Because what God has set in motion cannot be undone. No force of darkness can stop it. No delay can cancel it. No opposition can overturn it. What is written in heaven must manifest on earth. And it is already in motion. Right now. Even in the stillness. Even in the waiting. Things are shifting. Hearts are aligning. Paths are converging. Because this is a divine appointment. A kingdom-ordained love story. And what is divine cannot be rushed. What is sacred cannot be forced. What is God-ordained cannot be manufactured by human hands. So stop striving. Stop questioning. Stop trying to manipulate the process. Because the moment you release control is the moment the doors begin to open. The moment you let go is the moment acceleration begins. Because God does not work through stress. He does not move through worry. He does not perform under pressure. He moves through trust, through faith, through surrender. This is why you had to wait. Not because He was punishing you. Not because He was withholding from you. But because He was preparing you. Because what is coming is too big for who you used to be. It required a transformation, a renewal, a shedding of old mindsets, old patterns, old fears. Because the love you are about to walk into requires you to be whole, not desperate, not incomplete, not looking for someone to fill a void. Because this is not just love. This is purpose. This is destiny. This is what happens when heaven touches earth. And when it happens, it will be sudden. It will feel like it came out of nowhere. But it didn't. It was always coming. It was always planned. It was always on its way. It just wasn't time. Until now. And now, everything is shifting.